All right, so now we're going to save this scene. I'll save this as rotate. I'm going to save it within my standard assets. So now if I ever need to get back into this, all I do is to double click rotate, open the project right up. Now, let's look at the main camera for a second. So the main camera, I don't like the blue. And keep in mind, you can put anything in the background of this. For right now, I'm just going to put the color black. Okay. Now, I'm going to need a script. Okay. So I'm going to create a JavaScript. And you're like, oh man, I suck at JavaScripts altogether. But this isn't too bad. This is, you know, as far as scripting technology goes, this is not going to be so bad that you will never ever try Unity. So I'm going to call this control script. And here's a little thing that you should kind of pay attention to that I do. Not misspell words, but let's see. There we go. So if I take control script and looked at it, I took and made no capital letter on the first and then a capitalized letter on the middle variable here. So control script. That naming convention, I use that a lot. Keep in mind, Java is very finicky about capitalization. Okay, so it is case sensitive. So get a naming convention down, stick to it, and you'll be all the happier for it. Okay, here's control script. So this is what I'm going to do is hit edit, and it's got this built-in little thing in Unity that allows me to pop into the code. So a function update is like this. This is always updating, always. So it's cycling over and over and over again. So we definitely want to take advantage of function update, but this is not one of those things that is going to update over and over and over again, because I'm going to have a button that I push. So we're going to have a different function for that. You use the function update quite a bit within Unity, but in this case, I'm in control and not the computer. So first off, we need a variable. And this variable is going to be a static variable. And what that means, it can travel between two scripts. Okay, and that's how it goes, colon, integer, semicolon. And you'll see that things are highlighted in orange. That tells me that I have the correct case down pat, because if they weren't orange, like if I had static with a capital S, you notice it's black. So it doesn't understand it. So static as a lowercase, it understands. We're going to take function update out of here, and we're going to make a GUI. So it's called on GUI. And just as I said, case sensitive. There we go. Small n. All right, so our first thing is to build a GUI, and we're going to encase it within something. Okay, so it's a square. And this square is going to hold two buttons. So these two slashes indicate that I can write anything I want in here, and it will not affect the actual script. So make background box. Okay, so I'll start out GUI period box, and that thing is going to be a rectangle box. And then I have to type in the coordinates for it. So you're already, oh man, what's coordinates? Screen coordinates. So at this point it's 10, 10, 100, 90. So it works like this. This would be the x coordinate, y coordinate, the width and height of that box. So very easy stuff. That's what I love about doing this stuff, it translates well to our common knowledge as 3D modelers. You know, if you know what a vector coordinate is, well, yeah, you use vector coordinates every time you jump into a program like Maya or ZBrush. You just don't know it. Or if you do, yeah, it's because you've done it long enough to know that vector coordinates are X, Y, Z. Then it becomes easy again. So next thing, we make the button that fits within the box. So make the first button. And this is going to be a button that needs to be pushed. So it has to be questioned. Is it going to be pushed? So anytime I have to ask a question, is it going to be done? It's an if. So if, and this is this thing that I used at the top, the GUI, period, button. Again, it's going to be encased within a rectangle. And this rectangle is going to be 20, 40, 80, 20. Just like that. And this one's going to be called Go. So on the button, it's going to be labeled Go. And for if statements, I have to have an opening bracket and a closing bracket. So I'm going to make a couple lines and do a closing bracket. Okay. So there's button 1. Now before we build button 2, let's kind of look at button 1. Don't get over your head too fast. Let's look at something before we start plunging away at it. So how we see this magical button is we take the control script and drag it to main camera. So main camera should now have a control script, and when I hit play, I should say controls, go. And go doesn't do very much right now. Okay, on how we get back to the script, go back here, double click. And like all good coders, repetition is good. But since I'm making a video, I'm going to copy and paste because I'm under the law of 10 minutes. The difference between this button and that button is 70. So we're going to move this down 70 coordinates in Y. And this one's going to be called stop. And I need a closing bracket for this. So this is a little trick about closing, opening brackets. You go opening, closing, okay? Opening, closing, opening, closing. So if you work on the outside in, you'll know that you have the right amount of brackets. It's a coder trick. Free of charge. So play. There we go. We got go and stop. Good. You're halfway there. See, that wasn't so bad. Now in the next video, we look at some other coding that we need to do.